a testament to the work. It won't work if you don't do it. It won't work if you don't do it. It won't work if you don't do it, but you don't do it for that. Gonna have to give it up. Gonna have to give it up. I got to give it up. Curtis Mayfield. Chapter 2. Thank you, Courtyard Coffee House, for providing the most peaceful of places to do work. To some other patrons of other shops, what would you like for me to do so that you will feel more comfortable? Chapter 3. Work is kind of like crossing your legs under a table outside of Cafe Strudel and meeting some resistance with the table leg under the table, but dealing with it gladly and crossing your legs just so, only to find out it wasn't a table leg at all, but merely the leg of this cute little school chair in front of you and easily, lightly pushed aside. Just a little, of course. Chapter 4. This is Christian's story. Interrupting. That's a Christian story? No, Christian in there. Oh, I was going to say, let me read that Christian story. I still wanted to read that story. Chapter 5. On the way to, you ain't having fun, you just drinking them beers. You ain't having fun, you just drinking that coffee. I'm having fun. Chapter 6. Coffee roasters or roosters? A serious get your work done place. Don't look up, don't stare, they just might leave. Still a very nice place. Close to the State House, you know. I'll be back if they let me. Watch that smile, really, I mean it. Still so quiet. Only coffee shop that I know that is this quiet. You can hear the heater, air conditioner, generator, refrigerator rumbling. Very, very soothing. Oh my God, I know why I used to like this place. Why? Oh Jesus, don't spill your coffee in here. The illusion will be over before you can say, I love to see people working. I cannot tell you any more secrets about this place. Chapter 7. Earlier thought. I can't be a prophet. Why? It would have stopped raining when I said stop. Omnifetalis envelopix. This is the most fun I've had in some time. I'm writing in lower and uppercase for the first time since grade school. Chapter 8. There are 3 things people might do. One group will chant for the crucifixion. One group will reluctantly step aside. One group will let themselves be crucified. Or maybe they won't do that crucifixion thing anymore. Maybe they won't do anything at all. Chapter 9. Happened to see the Uncle Remus Museum on Sunday. It turns out Uncle Remus is a fictional character. A certain Mr. Harrison actually wrote all of the Brer Rabbit stories, as well as others attributed to Uncle Remus. Mr. Harrison was a very shy child. Now I know they don't make shy children nowadays, said the hostess at the Uncle Remus Museum. Mr. Harrison was poor and worked on the plantation. Mr. Harrison listened to 3 black slaves during the day's working. He probably was eavesdropping, I'm a-guessing. Mr. Harrison, or Little Harrison, wrote stories based on this colorful dialect. Some people noticed Little Harrison's talent, gift. Sometime later, Mr. Harrison worked for the Atlanta Constitution. And as Mr. Harrison's stature in the world grew, he remained painfully shy. So shy, in fact, that he rarely frequented social events because he was afraid they might ask him to speak. At the Uncle Remus Museum in Eatonton, Georgia, where Mr. Harrison lived till he was 8, they sell just a few things on the gift shelf. Admission to the museum is $1. When I go back, I want to get that little red book that also has the lyrics to songs that Little Harrison heard from the 3 black slaves on the plantation. The hostess told me they had some audio cassettes of Mr. Harrison's stories inspired by the dialect and colorful language of the 3 black slaves down on the plantation. They sold like hotcakes, she said. When the man brought the last shipment in, however, he said it would be the last. They had become politically incorrect. Thanks for the protection, guys and dolls. Maybe some things shouldn't be recorded. Chapter 10. Can I tell you about Silas Jennings, that is? Sally is not the most technical bass player. In fact, he's not really a bass player at all. He really plays guitar and writes songs. My band, the Mighty Kicks, recorded one of his songs called Strangetown, which is about Pontiac, South Carolina. I've always loved and cherished playing drums in the band with Solly on bass, Esau on guitar, and Roger and Adrian on vocals. On these occasions, Solly is usually filling in for our regular bass player, Jeff, who is amazing as well. Playing R&B with Solly is really playing R&B. Solly and I love to talk in the van while on the way to and from these occasions. Solly and I, dissenters by nature, are close. Solly talks about the black churchgoers and they Jesus, keep putting up with shit down here because it's going to be a lot better up there. Solly is a member of the corner nigger family. Solly is a corner nigger. If Solly or me, if we were together and were to break down, for example, on the way to Beaufort, South Carolina, low country, soul country, all Solly would have to say is, I'm a corner nigger, a Jennings corner nigger, and everything would be au fait.